Okay, so first up I thought I'd show you first the MSX games that I've been getting. And I actually forgot to show you an MSX game in my last, previous pickup video, part 1. A game that I got from my good friend over in London who every so often helps me out with MSX games. And that game is Star Force, a very good conversion of the arcade, and as you can see it comes on card. Very similar to the PC engine, and actually this is where Hudson Soft first experimented on the card idea, back then calling it the B card. Take it because of their actual logo being a B, so it's kind of fitting. So yeah, I actually got a PC Engine Hue card here. Show you the difference. We're using Pac-Lan as an example, and as you can see, pretty much the same. Of course, later on they sort of did a final attempt on the Sega Master System with the Sega card. As you can see, there's hang on, and as you can see, pretty much the same. So yeah, now the MSX computers, they don't have any card slots, so what you'll need is an adapter called the Beat Pack, which is basically a cartridge with a card slot on top. So all you do is stick in the card like so, and you're good to go. Now this Beat Pack card was actually given to me by Electric Adventures, and this is my second. This is now my second MSX card game. The first one, also given to me by Electric Adventures, was Adventure Island, which is basically Wonder Boy. So yeah, so I'm really pleased to get that. You don't see them come up loose on eBay. They're mostly supplied with the Beat Pack adapter, and of course they can go from anywhere from £40 to £50. So very pleased when my friend gave this to me for a £5. Well and truly trusted. So yeah, that's Star Force on the MSX. So this next games are tape games for the MSX, and these first 4 are from an eBay seller in the Netherlands, and I paid 20-25 euros including postage. Don't know too much about them, not seen them come up on eBay before, and unfortunately they don't come with instructions, but as I said, I've not seen them come up on eBay at all in the past, so the chances of them coming up again on eBay are very slim, so I figured I'd get them while I can. So first up is a game called Starbite. There are some screenshots on the back on this one, but not on the other 3. But I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit dark, but it's a 4-dimensional space game. Next up is a shoot 'em up called Gut Blaster. It's got that Robotech look to it. Next up is a game called Pinball Blaster, which is obviously a pinball game. And the final game is a game called Haunted House. Now, I've been seeing a couple gameplays on YouTube of this game. It's actually not bad. It's a 2D platformer adventure sort of game. So yeah. Now the next game, also a tape game, is a game I didn't know existed. And I only found out about this game back in 2001 when I first saw it on eBay come up in a bundle. It did go for a fair bit, so I sort of passed on it. It's a Sega title, Sega game. It was released by Philips. Now I do know that they released 2 other Sega titles back in the day. And I do have those. To show you those, and that is Buck Rogers and Zaxxon. But I didn't know that they released this game, and the second time it came up was about a few months ago. I did bid on it, but kept going out bid. It went in the end for 30 euros. It was a bit too much, and only recently came up again. So this is the 3rd time I've seen it come up on eBay in 13 years. Been looking at this for this game ever since, and I got it for, including postage, between 17 and 20 euros, and that is, without further ado, Congo Bongo. As I said, I didn't know this game came out on the MSX at all. Really pleased to finally to get it after all these years. Show you the inside. Just the cassette there, and of course the instructions. It's packaged very much the same way as the video game pack console. So yeah, really pleased to finally own this. And hello Melody, you're right. So those were my MSX games. Next up, some more Dragon 32 games, and there's not that many to get now. I think I've pretty much got all the games that I want. It's only just Draconian that I'm looking out for, which is basically a Busconian clone. And in total, I've got 7 to show you guys, so I'll quickly go through them. And first up is Caterpillar Attack, which is basically a Centipede clone. A bit disappointing that it's got this free sample plastered on the front, but hey ho, what can you do? The Bells, which is basically a Hunchback clone. Star Defense, which is a sort of Scramble clone. Hungry Horace, popular game on the ZX Spectrum. And these last 3 don't have any sort of proper covers. They've just got the Dragon logo and the name of the game. Released by Blabby Computers. First up is a game called Karma Crazy. Can't remember what this one's all about. There you go. Next up, another Scramble sort of game, and that is Guardian Angel. And the final game is a game called Barmy Burgers, which is basically a Burger Time clone. Now I've got all these games from Dragon 32 Universe, and I think I paid in total £20–30 including postage. So yeah, latest additions to the Dragon 32. Moving on to the Famicom games, and be warned, there is going to be some box porn, as Retro Dave likes to put it. It's quite a bit. In total, 9 box games, but I do also have some loose cards. Got 2 loose Konami cards. I do like to focus my collection on just getting the Konami games on the Famicom. But as I mentioned before, I do every so often. I will get games from other developers. So first up is a game called Astro Boy. Cartridge is in lovely condition. It's a 2D platform scrolling game. You'd think it's a Mega Man clone, but it's not. Very average, but still fun. The second and final loose Konami card is a game called Hinotori. Again, another 2D platformer game. As you can see, cartridge is in lovely condition. Now moving on to 2 Taito games. First up, Operation Wolf. Again, in lovely condition. Not too fussed, as I mentioned in the past, with loose cards, as long as the cartridge itself is in excellent condition. I'm not too fussed. At the end of the day, I just really want to play the games. And the final Taito game is, I not too long ago, I did get part 2. So I figured, you know, this came up really cheap. Why not? And that is Don Doko Don. I do also have this on the PC Engine. Really nice. Just a couple of marks there. A little dirty, but overall in good condition. And a good game it is too. Next up is a game by Irem, and it's called Holy Diver. This is in lovely condition. Now paid. Oh, for those cards, those 4 cards I just showed you in total, I must have paid anything between £5 each. But this one I paid £17 for the loose card. It's in lovely condition, but I have seen box copies go for about between 80 to £100. But the cartridge itself is in lovely condition. It's an excellent game. Actually, there's the screenshots there. I don't know if you can see it once the camera focuses in. I don't know if you can see that there. There we go. It's a 2D scrolling platformer, very much in the same sort of style as Castlevania. Fantastic game. This one's by Iron. There is another one I'd like to get by Jalico called Lord of the Sword. So looking out for that one. And the final loose card is Knight Rider. Again, it's in wonderful condition. Just a couple of pounds for this and £4 postage. You can see it's in lovely condition, nice and clean. And basically this game plays very much in the same sort of style as Top Gun on the NES, but obviously in the car rather than the plane. It's a fun game. Nothing spectacular, but I still enjoy it. So yeah, those are my loose cards. Now then, on to the boxed games, and first I'll show you the 2 boxed Konami games that I've got, as the rest are all by Namco, or Namcot, that was known back in the day. And the first game is a game that I did own originally on PAL, but gave it to Richard Turner as a gift, and that is Adventures of Bio Billy. See, it's the Japanese version, but it's not known as Adventures of Bio Billy in Japan. It's known as Mad City. So just show you screenshots there. It is all boxed with instructions. As you can see there, lovely condition too. There's instructions there. That was £10 including postage. Got that really cheap. And the final box Konami game is a game called Quarf, which is basically a sort of Tetris game. Really nice condition. Would like to get the MSX version of this because it's on the MSX too, but it is pricey on the MSX. For a box copy would go for about, again, 85 to £100. I have seen loose cards going for about 50 or 60. Show you inside. Again, it's lovely condition. Again, instructions. I actually do have this on the Game Boy. I've got it right here to show you guys. So that's the box for the Famicom version. And this is the box for the Game Boy, the Japanese version. You can see very similar in style. There's the screenshots. I've had this for a while, about over a year now. So yeah, those are the 2 box Konami games I got from the Famicom. Now moving on to the Namco ones, going in the order that it came in. So first up is a game I loved back in the days in the arcade, played loads. Even got to play it on my friend's Spectrum when it came out on the Spectrum, released by US Gold. It recently came up on the Namco collection on the Xbox 360, and it's the first game that I did play on, that I played, and that is Metrocross. Fantastic game. Just show it. Lovely condition. Some screenshots in the back. What's on the inside? You've got the cartridge, manual. Very pleased with this. And this was just under a tenner, including postage. Next up, a game that I own on the PC Engine, and that is Final Lap. It's called Final Lap Twin. Lovely condition. Oops, upside down. Again, just under a tenner, very cheap. Some screenshots there. You can see that. And again, cartridge in nice condition. The manual. You also get this little label, sticker label, which you can sort of place, put on the stickers yourself, if you wish. So next up is Mappy Land. Some screenshots on the back. Again, just under a tenner. Nice condition. Only downside is it doesn't have the label on the top, but I don't think we'll worry about that. It is complete. I should just show you the back. Complete with instructions. But hey, if it does start to bother me later on, and you can get this quite cheap as a loose cart, and I can just use this in a future trade. And it's the same with the final games. So next up we've got Dragon Spirit. Some screenshots there. On the inside, box complete. Also missing the top label. Other than that, in lovely condition. Some great artwork. Now, the next one it is called something else, but I've always called it Tales of the Monster Path. I do also have this on the PC Engine. Screenshots on the back. On the inside, cart, again no label at the top, but it does have its manual. Again, under a tenner. But they're all in wonderful condition, box wise. Really nice on the shelf. Next game, Rolling Thunder. Now this one was actually £14 including postage. Screenshots on the back. Sides. And inside. The manual has seen better days, but it is complete. And don't see this come up often boxed, only loose carts, so price to pay on having a scruffy manual. Other than that, it's okay. Now the final game arrived a few days ago and I paid €20 including postage. And that is a game called Wagon Land. Now this is wonderful condition. I'll show you the side. Screenshots, it's a 2D platformer. You can see that once the camera focuses in. Now there is a second and third in the series, which I hope to get at some point. You can see the cartridge. This does have the top label, which is very nice. and the manual is in lovely condition. It also has the registration card underneath. I like it that they put a little hold there so you can hold the manual in place. So yeah, those were my Famicom games, and as I mentioned before, they look really nice on the shelf. And, if I can show you quickly how they look on the shelf without dropping them, and I probably will. There we go. Really pleased to get these into the collection. Okay, then, so moving on to the items that I've got while out and about. And firstly, I just want to show you quickly show you a couple of items. One was an eBay purchase that arrived a few days ago, and the other that I forgot to show you in my previous pickup video. It's a 3DS game that I got while I was in the UK. I got it at CEX for £12, and that is Castlevania, Lord of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. It is boxed and complete. I am playing it at the moment. It's an okay game. If you can see screenshots there, maybe a bit too dark, or there we go. Not the best in the series, but definitely worth adding to the collection. And the eBay item that arrived a few days ago, and I only just noticed only yesterday that it's actually the French version, but I got this in the UK for £7, £2 postage, 9 in total, for the original Xbox, and that is the Tecmo Classic Arcade Collection. And I purely got this because of Bomb Jack. Love that game. And then of course you've got Rygar, you've got Star Force, which I showed you a while ago on the MSX. You've got Tecmo Cup, Senjo, Pinball Action, Swimmer, Solomon's Keys, Pleiades. Is that what it's called? Anyway, there you go. It is boxed and complete, but I am playing it at the moment. It's the French version, but I'm not fussed. It does work, and it actually plays in English. Bomb Jack's just an awesome game. Played it loads in the arcade, and also the Spectrum version is my favourite on home computer. I know there is an MSX2 version, but I've yet to get that one. Rygar there. Just a list of the games there for you. Definitely worth tracking down. So yeah, I also got from my local car boot sale, which takes place on the last Sunday of every month. Actually, I got this all from one seller. I think I paid 15-20 euros for the lot. 2 consoles. First one being a GameCube. It comes with all its wires and hookups, but unfortunately it doesn't come with the controller. But the console itself is in lovely condition. And the game that I got with it was Luigi Mansion. Pretty bad shape, as you can see it's all scratched up. But the CD itself is in nice condition. The Portuguese manual is a bit rough, but the English one is actually in nice condition. It's just the cover has seen better days. Looks like it's been attacked by some sort of animal. Like a wolf of some sort. Everyone's seen The Howling. That sort of reminds you of that. But there you go. That was the GameCube game that came with the console. Now the other console I picked up was a Dreamcast. It is very yellowed, but it does work. It did come with the controller and all its hookups and wires. And the games that I got with it There's Raymond 2. It's in lovely condition. And Red Dog, which doesn't come with its front cover. But other than that, it's in lovely condition. No scratch at all to the CD. For the PlayStation 2, Silent Hill 3. And finally, for the DS, Wise Strategy. Doesn't come with the manual. My daughter's playing the game at the moment because she does love her RPGs, tactical strategy sort of games. The box is a little cracked. That can always be changed, and I can always look out for a manual on eBay. So yeah, all that for about 15-20 euros. I'll just quickly show you the items I've got in my local electrical store. Of course, finally got my copy of Mario 8. And then I also picked up for the PlayStation 3 the Minecraft, the PlayStation 3 edition. Loving this at the moment, playing this quite a bit. And to go with Minecraft, sort of the craziness of Minecraft, I picked up this little character. Picked up Steve. Get in the Minecraft mood. You can get some of the other characters there. The Enderman, Creeper, and the Zombie. Which I'm, thinking whether I might go for the full collection. While I'm still in the Minecraft mood. And the final game that I picked up only today for the PlayStation 4 was Killzone Shadowfall. Originally I was looking out for Wolfenstein, but as always, living on a tiny little island out in the Atlantic, things take longer to get here. And so it hasn't been released over here yet. Seeing that this was going cheap for 39 euros, normally goes for about 70, figured why not? Just play this for the time being, and eventually when Wolfenstein does come out, I'd get that. So yeah. So that, I believe, is all my pickups for the past few weeks. I do have a couple more items on the way, but I'm waiting for an 8-bit computer that I got not too long ago. But that's gone to my friend's house in London. He's hopefully going to send it over at some point. I think that's about it. And I'm going to sort of cut down on the pickups for a bit, because I'm also looking at getting another computer on eBay that I wouldn't mind getting into the collection. So yeah, I do believe that's it. Can't think of anything else to show you guys. No, that is it. So, do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope I haven't bored you. And until the next time, bye for now, and take care.